There's been no easy way to talk about the situation with Activision and Blizzard. For one thing, it's pointed out over and over again constantly that this is not just an Activision Blizzard thing or a gaming industry thing, it is everywhere. Believe me, as an AFAB person, I am well aware. I grew up with a serious lack of 90s feminism that I didn't realize how much I lacked until the movie Captain Marvel came out. This entire situation has not only brought up times that I've been doubted in video games because my voice is feminine, and I'm seen as a woman even though I am a two-spirit and fluid person. Also, thanks to PTSD and having lots of flashbacks, it has brought back up a lot of other trauma of being treated unfairly for any number of reasons, but specifics that came to mind include being called sweet cheeks while waiting for a bus, a friend saying that I needed human cuddles during a conversation, and when I said no, asked why over and over, and most recently being asked out, and while trying to set things up during the get-to-know-you part, was met with constant pushing at boundaries. That last one was during a pandemic, mind you. That's not all that came up, obviously. This would not have been such a difficult situation if that was it. But as Bam Bam and I have talked about today, I suffer from incredibly severe depression, and have been suicidal for 5 years. Over 5 years. While being in therapy has meant great strides for me, the pandemic seriously postponed any healing that was taking place. Hearing about a woman taking her own life because of what she endured broke me in a way that I can't explain to most other people. Again, I am someone that has been there every single day for over 5 years. Unfortunately, even with all of this, I cannot deny the good that has come out of World of Warcraft in particular. This game has literally saved my life over the years, in many ways, one of which has been giving me a family. I talk about Chloe on the stream a lot, less so about Sloat. These were two men in my life who had my back, who lost their own lives to their own suicide. The survivor's guilt I still carry, and that was brought back to the front again, and all of this has been unbearable. Though I was fortunate enough to have scheduled my next therapy appointment for the following week. That has not made it any easier. Believe me when I say all of this feels incredibly shitty to say. Even more so between threads, more people coming forward publicly, more bad news, and even some of the good, the emotional roller coaster between burn the entire fucking world down and we need to make change has been so defeating. However, after taking part in the Ouroboros sit-in on July 22nd and helping coordinate a group for the mass-logout to coincide with the Actiblizz walkout of Activision Blizzard employees, after seeing not only Activision Blizzard employees sign an open letter, but even Ubisoft employees sign and call for better working environments, I have faith that things will change. Is it going to be overnight? No. Is it going to be easy? No. But will it be worth it? Abso-fucking-lutely. Now this comes with some caveats from myself personally. My main account, which was so kindly given a huge subscription for, is active until June 2022. That means 10 months. I believe this is more than enough time for Activision and Blizzard to get their shit together and make change. I will be keeping my second account active through gold farming for that time as well. If nothing changes by then, those accounts die, and this podcast with them. So for now, the podcast lives. But that's not all there is to say. Because I do also have to recognize that we may have named some people who are potentially abusers. Some of the people we have named quite possibly are not. One, however, was specifically named in the lawsuit, and we have definitely mentioned him. I will be going through our episodes slowly, but I believe he was only named in the Sylvanas episode. When we have time, we will be recording a new episode about Sylvanas, likely with much of the updated lore by that point. For now, the episode will stay in place, but as soon as I find a spot for that recording, it is coming down. Our trivia and voices are also going to be disappearing, and this I find a shame because there were absolutely good people that we have mentioned in those places. But I cannot ignore that we may have championed the names of those who have fed into a horrifying place to work. As for myself on stream, I will still be streaming. I will no longer keep a focus on World of Warcraft or Overwatch, but instead I will be shifting to new things. I don't fully know what this will mean yet. I don't know if the art will come back or if Ben and I will work to replace it. But I do know that my fight for these survivors, many of whom have taken pay cuts to work what they believed was their dream and turned out to be a nightmare, is working with the game and demanding change. I also strive to create a welcoming and safe space for women, 2S LGBTQIA+, and BIPOC gamers, and others, and will continue to do so. In the meantime, we urge you to look into the causes that Blizzard employees have championed. And if you are able to donate, please do. If you can't donate, please share them. Listen to survivors. Amplify their voices if they speak up. Don't judge them if they aren't able to. Demand change, and don't stop fighting for what's right. Now, I want to take a second to address something else as well that has come out of this. There have been a lot of holier-than-thou takes on jumping on other games, saying X is better, and for whatever reason. This is something that I will not be tolerating in my community. Do not demand anything from anyone, least of all those who have survived this fucking shit. Everyone needs to process their own way. Be kind.